As part of our Ethiopian double down disaster sale here, what I'm going to do is look at each gun individually, disassemble it, kind of go over things wrong with it, and make an assessment of it for you guys, for content purposes. So we're going to go with the worst one out of the bunch. This one here, a lot of issues with it, and I've tried to stick an 11mm bolt in this gun, but it won't go. So they've done something to this gun to where it holds on, it uses this 6.5. Now, if they converted it to 6.5 and I had it converted, then I would have lucked out, but I did not. And it has not been converted. So the more I look at this weapon, the more I can't really be sure of why they did this, why they modified this. And this is a 6.5 bolt. Now I've tried to put a couple different 11mm bolts in here and it won't go, which means they've either done something to the insides of this gun or something else. And also, I don't believe this is the correct stock. I think they took a stock from another weapon and put it on here, or carved it up so it fits. So this thing too, the screw is kind of rusted, screwed up, whatever, unlike the other one. There's fur under there. Oh, this don't look good at all. Ooh, that's not good. That just popped right out of there. So what does that mean? That means our little pin is missing, because that tail end is supposed to come up as one unit. Oh, there's a nice little hardware screw in there. There we go. If you look down inside there, there's a hardware store screw. Set this in there. Wooden shims. Ooh. Little dead cockroaches and stuff in there. I don't know. I don't know if this is the correct style. I don't think it is. That's why it's been carved up. But yeah, this is, and yes, nail. Butt plate's nailed, and the upper band is a nail in there. Not the correct thing. And when I get this apart, I'll show you what's missing. But still, the bore's a little crusty. But this one, if I can get a bolt, man, it's shootable. But all right, let me get the rest of it apart, and we'll get back. All right, so how bad is it? Well, a little bit worse than I thought. Start with the stock. The way we got this hardware screw in here, and this was put in and riveted, peened over. I can't get this plate up high enough to slip out the trigger guard. It's pushed flat in there, okay? And this screw here, it went in here, is stripped out and was like pushed up through this plate in a hole there, then peened over, so it was holding in there, but it really isn't tensioning the down on the stock. So that's screwed up. And like I said, up here there's a nail in the front. Nail, still got the band, but then here, nail, no screw. And the inside of the stock, though it looks inletted, it's pretty weird. This is, I gotta take one of the others apart to see, but this here is a total cob job. I mean, this is all cobbled together. And I mean, they had stripped out screws. The screw heads are all screwed up on it. So, you know, yeah, the first one was the best. And then we have a 6.5 bolt assembly. What the hell the sense of that is, I don't know. Alright. Magazine, which is all welded up. Okay. But still has the spring and stuff in there. Spring function, so there's some parts that are salvageable in this. Okay. It's got to be cleaned and I'll examine it. Then, I believe the one fella that had a 10 millimeter, he did show where there's a pin missing here. Alright, now I got it. Yeah, there's a pin missing which holds these two pieces. They're supposed to be one piece. And the problem is the damn two screws that go through hang on to this, and this is on the back end of this. So again, not a good story here. Then the barrel and assembly, you know, kind of grimy, but as we take a closer look here, you notice that there's a little gap there. Somebody's pulled the barrel off, wedged something in there, and this barrel is not indexed to where the extractor groove for the 10 millimeter bolt is not lined up. And there's some sort of little copper or metal ring in there that this smaller bolt diameter for the 6.5 locks into. So again, I have no idea, and this gun is still in the 11 millimeter. So why they would fit this gun together, whether it's a training gun or just throw it together so they could sell it to somebody or something, I really don't know. Okay, but we'll clean this up. I'm going to clean this up. There's a little bit closer look at the writing. There. And then the sight and everything. So I'm going to give this a clean, and then we'll take a better look at it, and I'll try highlighting the writing. It's about the only interesting thing about it. But this thing is junk. Okay, really. I mean, it's a shame because the bore is somewhat shootable, but this is going to be a pretty big project. I think I'm going to have to get the barrel vise out and give that barrel a turn and get that thing out of there and pull the barrel off and do a little inspection. I may be able to get this gun up and shooting sometime. When, I don't know. But for now, yeah, this is a disaster, this one here. We doubled down and got humped on this. But I'm going to go and clean this stuff up, take a better look at it, and get it back together again. Well, the story gets even better, guys. I got the gun apart, was cleaning it. You know, the magazine, spring and that's there. That pin's missing from the receiver to hold it into the stock, but that's no big deal. But lo and behold, when I was working on the receiver, I just turned it off by hand. So the receiver was loose on there. That's why the 10 millimeter bolts wouldn't fit, because you had to index it over a little more. It wasn't all the way on. So, Ethiopian Writing. Let's take an eyeball of this stuff. Any of you experts out there that know, that's sort of the inscription on there. About the only thing of interest. And again, the bore on this isn't terrible. I've cleaned up most of the parts. I'm not even going to fool with the bolt other than wipe it down because it's the wrong bolt to go in there. But yeah, and this stock is not, the stock, I cleaned it out. You can see it was carved from something else, and it's all roughly cut out to fit in there. So the stock is crap. But, you know, it's a complete gun, more or less. Okay, so this is getting kind of pitiful. Well, we're going to sit back, and I'm not going to get too intense. I'm going to try to get this back together, but I'll show you how that receiver screws on there. Don't know what I'm going to do. All right. I did get to clean it out fairly well, but show you how screwed up this is. And the thing is, there's a number on the bottom here. 6755, and there's also one here, 6755 on the barrel. What those numbers are called assembly numbers, okay? And what they do is they fit the gun together and get it correct before they send it out to blue it. So they stamp these numbers on there, and these numbers are to tell the worker to assemble this receiver to this gun, or this barrel. It's going past the witness mark, ain't it? And there is a witness mark on there, and that is not lining up. So I don't like this. This should not be like that. Yeah, it goes past. So either something had to be shimmed or torqued. I may be able to make a shim of some sort and then torque this barrel down. Maybe there was a shim in there. I don't know. I might have to make one and then get it to where I can torque it, a crush washer, and torque this to where that witness mark lines up, and then I'll be good. But yeah, this is kind of bad. This is like worse than what the hell I thought I was getting. But I'm just going to get this thing back together again, and then we'll do my final conclusions on it. Like I said, the strange thing is these little tiny springs that go in here are good in all of these floor plates and that, because usually these springs break, because I mean they're thin. They are thin. But the magazine, even though it's welded and chopped up and everything, this magazine may work. Okay. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm just going to get her back together and move on to the next one. Oh, and this thing here where the receiver, you need that tapered pin to lock this in. I found that on several guns. That did not come from Royal Tiger. That is a common thing, that this pin would be missing. That is quite a common, when you take one of these apart with that ski ramp or rail on there, you'll find that pin isn't there. How hard it is to replace that, I don't know. But I'm going to get her back together. I'll do my final conclusions on this one, and we'll move on to the next. Royal Tiger Double Down Vetterli TS Carbine #1. This thing, no, it's bad. The stock is made from something else. It's got the wrong bolt in there. The magazine, it'll probably work, but it's been welded together where it broke. And when I put this, when I took the gun apart, the receiver turned off by hand. So, and even though this is the correct sight, it kind of doesn't really want to work well, and pretty beat up. So yeah, this one here, I don't know. This is a piece of crap. Okay, this is, somebody slapped this gun together to make it look like it, whether they checked it or not, or I don't know. I don't know if this is probably done in Ethiopia, okay? Just to make it look like a complete gun, all right? But pretty bad. The pin, that's simple. The screws are all screwed up and that. And then there's something else that's bolted, peened, and smashed over, so this doesn't, you can't get the trigger guard out and the trigger mechanism. So yeah, this is not good. Okay, and this is a piece of crap. Now, I may use this as a project gun, and basically what this is also is a parts gun. Okay, I don't know if I'll ever fire this. I may or may not. I have to do some work on it. But this is just a conglomeration of parts. Make an excellent wall hanger, okay? So, my question is, they had 9 of these. When it was $800, I think I bought the first one. And I got a gun that from Royal Tiger was surprisingly, it was in very nice condition. I mean, this one, the screws are bent, stripped, tore up, you know, everything's monkeyed up on this. And so, out of all of them, I bought 3. 3 out of the 9, so there's 6 other guns that have been bought. And one person on YouTube did say something that they ordered one, but has not made a video yet. And maybe the other guns went to people who don't make videos. I don't know. But my warning is, you know, it's a tough call. To me, this is fun. Even though a lot of people say, man, $500 worth of fun. Yeah, well, to me it is. It's interesting. I make content. And, you know, just seeing what they do. So, you know, it did look like somebody choked up the big money, got the best one out of the lot. And all you guys are sitting there waiting saying, hey, $800 is a lot of money. And then, boom, they have a $300 price shift. Now that's a pretty big, it ain't $50, it ain't $100, $300, okay? And even for the 500, you know, this gun is not correct, it's crappy, and I overpaid for it. But the thing is, it's something for me to work on, and it's also a source of parts too, if I ever need them. So all you guys saying, oh, send it back, complain this and that, I'm not going to do that. These guns are unique and odd enough that, you know, in time, this, even though it is a non-functioning relic, will have some value to it somewhat, one way or the other, okay? Or maybe I'll just lose a bunch of money and sell it to somebody interested in a wall hanger. But either way, that's the way it goes. All right, so one rifle, no good. And it's kind of a shame because this bore's somewhat shootable. All right, now we'll move on to the next one.